Okay, welcome back to the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology Board meeting. It is 2:40 on April 8th, 2024. We're gonna begin with agenda letter G, miscellaneous agenda items. Line number 1, notice of intent to act upon a regulation. Review of language for R182-22 for discussion only. The board will solicit comments from the public on the revised language of R182-22. You want me to say the name and stuff right now?
Yes, if they want to make a comment, then we'll say,
Okay.
first, last name, phone number.
Okay, if anyone from the public would like to make a comment, now is the time to do so. You must first state your first name, your last name, as well as your phone number, please. Do we have any comments at this time?
Just say the following message for the record. We did receive a written, public comment for this that I want to present for everyone. I'll zoom in. You would like me to. Let me know when you would like me to scroll down.
Okay.
Can you scroll a little bit, please?
Scroll down right now.
Board Member Jeffrey, Board Member Wold, you had an opportunity to read the statement.
I'm sorry.
Did you have enough time to read the statement?
Yeah, I'm done reading it.
Board Member Jeffrey, did you have enough time to read the statement? Would you like more time?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Any other public comments? For the revised language of R 182-22? Okay,
Madam President, just to, give you a brief overview of why, we are back. The regulations, were approved, actually started the process out in June of 2022. So it's been almost 2 years to get to this point, to get the regulations, up to date. In reference to the 2021 legislative session and the 2023 legislative session. Is a culmination of our regulations with all the hearings, workshops, board meetings, in that. And so the board, the regulations that you see before you were approved back on December the 11th. However, the final step is to go before the legislative commission, went before them. And they had, one member had, some reservations with one sentence of the regulations, which is on page 91. Section 2, sub B, sub 5.
say that one more.
It's on page 91 of the regulations, that's closed. Section 2, B, 5. Where it says application of false, which is being taken out, strip eyelashes for temporary use which are not applied using a one-to-one application with adhesive for the purpose of extending eyelashes. Or what we propose to you now on that section, subsection 5, is to leave the language as is, where it states application of false eyelashes, semicolon, or. So what we're proposing is that to leave it alone, leave it the way it is. We propose to change it, but that the legislator did not like that sentence, so I went on the record said that we would go back to the board at a future date to deal with this very section, but we will propose to leave it to our board, to leave it the same as it stands right now. And that is the one section that the legislative commission, would not approve, which means they wouldn't approve all of our regulations without us making that change. So the process is to come back to the board. Based upon staff recommendation, is to leave it the same. The proposed change will not be effective. This is what's on it's codified right now. And then we'll go back at a much later date to deal with this very section. And leave it the way it is. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Alright, board members, are we, understanding what we need to decide upon? Yeah, we just need to leave the verbiage as is, but as proposed. One section right here.
Maybe.
Keep on going, D, with some B.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yes,
There's no-
that's what's there now. We propose to change it, but the legislator commission did not like that. So we're saying, let's go back to what is there right now. So you basically, you're approving what's already there.
Yeah.
In the red right now. It's on the books.
How do you feel about that? Okay, it's in there. The verbiage is a little different. This one, this is what we're doing, this one. Any questions, from our northern office regarding this, not change?
No,
Makes sense. Okay. Board Member Wold, you good?
Yes, Madam President. Got it crystal clear.
All right, we would need to make a motion too. Okay, make a motion to accept board staff's recommendation.
Board Member Douglas, I would like to accept board staff recommendation for the R182-22 revised for 2/26/2024.
Board Member Villegas, I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
hi,
Hi.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Okay, now, we are going to. For free, yeah, we did too, thank you. I don't want there. All right, executive director's review for discussion of possible action. The Nevada State Board of Cosmetology major accomplishments highlights review Stephen E. McDonald, Esquire, MBA Executive Director.
Thank you, Madam
Board
Chair.
members.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Vice Chair, Secretary, Treasurer, as well as board members present. First of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve in this position of leading this agency. I could not do this without the support as well as the support of my wonderful team that I've assembled here. The culture here at the state board that will change, I believe. We all care for each other. We are a work family. We spend a lot of time together here. 10 hours a day. It's a lot. And without them being here with me, I could not do what I do in supporting our mission and working with all the board members as well as with our wonderful deputy chief at Syracuse Central. So, as you show, this is already in the report pack of the highlights. I will briefly go over them for the last year that we've done. When I was first hired back in November of 22, one of the first things that came online pretty quickly was legislative session. And our team together, we were able to get the 62 yeas and 1 no vote of our SB 249, which was the correcting bill that corrected what happened in 2021, corrected all those things in 2023. So that went rather smoothly. As I said in my wonderful briefing to you all, it was energetic and fanatic as the legislature gets. So I spent a lot of time up there in Carson City. Going into our regulations, you already know about that, where we are. This one line we have to get back to you again to change, which you just voted on, and we will be taking that back to the legislative commission. That was the only change that they wanted. So we're almost completed. It's been a 2-year journey on our regulations. So I'm working with the legislative council, legislators, attorneys. We made sure that these regs comport with what was passed in 2021 by the legislature and what was passed in 2023. So we're very proud of that, and we can't wait till we get to that point. Governor's office, as you are aware, there were when the governor came into office, he issued 2 executive orders that required us to do additional hearings, additional review of our regulations. So these regulations have been looked at a great deal by staff, by what we've done by the governor's office, by the legislature. So it's gone through a lot of vetting, and of course it's been brought to you to approve. We're proud of that effort in working with the governor's office. Board operations, I think you see one of the highlights of of what operations was our office relocation. Took a lot to do, in negotiating leases, as you all are aware, it takes a lot of government, there's a lot more processes involved. So there was a lot of, give and take with the landlord owner, and, we were able to get concessions, for him to keep us here, even though we have no intention of doing. But that was really a good negotiation, so we got a pretty good deal. We had 4 board meetings and 8 additional board meetings over this past year. I really appreciate the board and their efforts to be available, for us to hear these petitions and to conduct board business. Information technology, we hope to have, that, our new licensing management system online by the end of April. Fingers crossed, it's been a long journey. We've been working with them since November of last year. As I noted in my briefing to you, that also took a lot to do to get that even approved. There were a lot of levels of approval processes, and it was approved by the governor, secretary of state, and attorney general. Because it was a huge contract, it wasn't have to go through the board of examiners. It's the 3 of them consist of one vote in a public meeting. So we're very happy about that. Compliance, now we have a full complement of staff, very happy about that. As you noticed, we've basically really only see about maybe 0.5%, 1% of the actual compliance efforts that we do. We've seen, we do investigations, and when we want to, we do bring them before you for your consideration. When our deputy chief puts the case on for us. So we're very happy with that. We're now seeing every licensee we try to do that once a quarter. And so very, very proud of that. Fiscal, as you all are aware, we've seen our audit that was done, with a new, CPA firm, and, sorry about that. I apologize, also the texture had to come in. We got a clean bill of health. There was one, material finding, is how we were accounting for leases, short-term leases and improved expenses are misclassified, as you all are aware when we presented you months ago, about the audit they found in fiscal year 22, June 30th, 22, that the way that we're being accounted for is incorrect. And so we're going to use CPA firm was found, and corrected, because that mistake rolled into the current fiscal year. So that was fixed, and so it's not an issue with our current fiscal year, and it won't be going forward. And I also said that we had a CPA firm that did the audit, but we also have a wonderful chief accountant here, Josephine Alvedera. She's our accountant. There's a year anniversary coming up in a week or so. So yeah, she still loves it here, so I'm happy. We do talk about let's see. I had mentioned earlier about our educational outreach. It's one of the things that I was hired to do is to reach out to the industry. The licensing system that we're going to be having, we'll be able to do a lot more of notifications, not just by email, but we're going to get back to doing it by text. So, because as we all know, some of the things that always come before you, they say they never got notice. Well, we're going to ensure that they get notice when their license is going to expire. I never got notice, I never got this. Well, we're trying to do some safety pages that will allow them to put in their own email, and the system will verify their email, just like we do with apps, as you guys are aware of Gmail. It says that you got to get that code and put it in before you can go forward. So that'll be one of the safeguards that will ensure that they are getting notification, but also they'll get text messages again. It seems like the industry got used to that. We're going to reinstitute that. I've been to pretty much all these schools in the state. I've been to 19 of them. I've traveled a lot in months. And put my hand out to them saying we're here to help you because we know all the ends here. Both of our licensees come from in state. and go to schools here. So, I really put my focus on the schools. We have an educational outreach program where we have, our education specialists, which is focused on the schools, a resource for them. So hopefully you won't see, a lot of issues that have been happening in the schools. We're actually reaching out to them. Her name is Erica Swick. She actually is traveling. She travels this week or next week to go up north to visit with the schools, saying, put a face to a name. We're also going to have a quarterly newsletter, as I put in here, a newsworthy newsletter, where we're going to talk about the kind of things that we're seeing in the schools, that we're finding, paperwork of that nature. We're also going to put out there what kind of things we're finding in salons, and what privacies are, just the major areas. So that will put the focus, have the industry focus on that, which means less citation. So that way they'll focus on those areas that we're seeing. That's helped to protect the public. So we're very excited about that. I was recently elected as executive director of the National Integrated Council of State Boards of Cosmetology. I was elected by my peers nationwide. So we're going to be on the forefront of areas, issues that all states deal with, communication, testing, veterans issues, fraudulent activities, that kind of thing. So I'll be leading those efforts nationally. So I want to let you know that we're reaching out, not only here in the state of Nevada, but across state lines to get the best of the best ideas, because we're not the only one that's dealing with these issues. And I'm also, I've implemented that we re-engage in national regulatory organizations, which we haven't done for several years. So this is NIC, CLEAR, TAR, those are all regulatory entities, associations that we need to be a part of, and so that we can run, and they can learn from us. And lastly, the future is bright. As I said before, we're excited. Knowledgeable board members, we're really proud to work with you all. I can speak for everyone here. We're really proud to have a board that is as knowledgeable and caring as you all are. Caring means you actually care from here, you know, and a lot of people don't see that. And they think that you're just mean and you just vote for them, but you actually do try to listen to them and you care. And I think, we see it as a liberation that's really, it is hard, you know, wrenching at times, the things that we have to do. Because you actually everyone the same, and it's tough. And also, you're volunteering to do this job, and you're taking time out of your busy day, making a living, that kind of thing, to do what you do. We do have a gifted industry. I said before out in the open, I can't cut hair. I can't do any of that kind of stuff. So we don't have talent. We have talents that I don't have. And so I am appreciative of what you do in the industry, how you are living, and the talent, training, and years that you've done. I respect that. And I think that that's what everybody should respect. And of course, what can I say? Lastly, was our board staff. I mean, as I said before, without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. We learn from each other. We all have different tools in our tool belt. And so that's what we do. We work together and try to do the best that we can. So we've had a lot of accomplishments, and I'm just proud that I am here. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Kind of a cool recap of everything that's gone down over the past year or so.
Congratulations on your committee.
Thank you.
About the schools. Something where they can like post it where, as far as the social media, that's getting, like students in trouble. And they come before the board, they can say, oh, they told us to, they told us to get on social media and da 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 da.
And so, yes, speaking off the record, that's definitely one of the issues that we're finding out a lot in the schools, and I think, Lorraine said this, that they're may not be teaching those students that you can't be advertising this way and doing it. We already know. So I have that hashtag school thing, and you want to do services in that school while you're a student. That's one of the things that Erica Swick, our education specialist, will be emphasizing. Because that's a lot of things that are coming before you, that are doing things for the license. And so our job is to make sure they're educated And, if the schools should start emphasizing that, and you're absolutely right. That's one thing that we will bring up. That'll be part of our newsletter. That'll be part of our re-emphasizing monthly that,
They
hey,
were using that as an excuse.
Yeah. yes, absolutely. We'll make sure that.
That's not really fair because they're touching fine from us. But it is being promoted. It is a requirement in school for them to have social media and to have a website. It's a part of their curriculum. They teach it. So they're all teaching them business 101, but only giving them like 40% instead of 101. So it's, yeah, they're getting caught in it. So that would be awesome to have Erica spearhead that and just really drive that point home. That way, when they do come in front of us, if it is an excuse, then we can, you know, with confidence, just be like, no, we know our school.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Oh,
yeah.
I need the presentation to you.
Yeah.
On my behalf.
Yes.
Thank you so much for, hiring me and this video. I would appreciate if you would grant me, my request at the end of my presentation. I'll go from 55 through to 55.
Okay, thank you. All right. Let's deliberate.
Oh, you know, you did something.
Let's start.
Well, remember, Dennis, I love
Yeah.
working with volunteers also.
Yeah.
Y'all get along, we ain't feisty with each other. It's like you said, we support one. Everybody got different tool, hey, I may be great on such and such, she may be whatever, but I like the fact that we all work together.
Board Member O'Brien, I reviewed this document when it came through Board Pack, and I was able to really put into real time the effort that's been happening at the executive director level and kind of see what's been going on, kind of the time and dedication that was put into it, as well as, you know, witness that in person as well. So I do feel like it was a really comprehensive review about his efforts this year. And I think that when we were in the position of hiring for the executive director position, we had an ideal candidate in mind, of what they would do, how they would do it, and how effective it would get done. And obviously, I should say obviously, excuse me, I feel like it's been accomplished. I'm happy with the progress and where we're at. Anybody else have anything to say?
Well, different here, it's just feedback on you, yes, we appreciate your efforts. And I think you've got a lot in here, I think it's some of it, but I see a lot of change, so it's good, and I understand it too. So that's the main part too, so I really appreciate you there, and staff. Miss Harris, they're doing a great job. So absolutely, I see the, see the growth.
How do you guys feel? Good?
In agreement.
Board Member Wold, I just want to say thank you to our executive director. I've expressed this to you many times, but I'm very grateful for you. You have been absolutely outstanding and such a pleasure to work with, be around, and you know, you really just go above and beyond, not just for us, but for the licensees, going to the schools. You know, you've definitely been making a positive impact, and I told you can't leave. So, just thank you for everything that you're doing in our industry and making it a reputable and happy place to be, because it starts with great leadership, and you have been just that since I've met you, and in your tenure, and I'm sure you'll continue to do the same. And as far as the rest of the board staff, you guys are all such a pleasure. Lauren, sorry, geez, the dad, Chrissy, all you guys, our inspectors, all you guys are just really, really awesome. And I am very grateful for all of you and your hard work.
Thank you. Board Member O'Brien, I wanted to say really quickly for the record, for anybody watching into this board meeting, it might sound like a compliment session right now, but there's a lot of work and effort that goes into it behind the scenes to get us to these board meetings and to get us through a legislative session, to get us things approved and to fix, a big mess that we had on our hands. And it takes really competent individual and staff to do that. I feel like that we have that with this team, and I feel like the confidence that we have behind our board staff and our executive director, our dad, I feel like that's what is causing a compliment session right now. It's just appropriate that it happens. So, we applaud you. I think your efforts are well noted. I don't think anybody can dispute that. And in my opinion, the, increase is well served. I think at this time, everyone's okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Jennifer, are you good? Want to say anything?
Yes, yeah, I mean,
Here.
yeah, I mean, I've called Stephen many times and I thank you, Stephen, for always like guiding me and like telling me how things work. And so I think you're doing a great job. I mean, we were appointed, Molly and I, in what, 2022. It was a very different experience, and it's gotten leaps and bounds better. So thank you.
At this time, I'd like to call for a motion to approve an increase from 5.5 to 5. Yes. Do we need to put the numbers on that? Or is the?
Well, actually, it's already stated, so anyone could just say so moved, but I still need to.
But we don't need the actual dollar amount or anything like that, we can just go with that, okay, perfect. Okay,
Board Member Harris, I would like to approve or so move.
So moved. Yeah, because I'll be treated as basically.
Okay, so
Approved, so moved. Board Member Douglas, I second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, congratulations, put a big asterisk on that and make sure that you talk to Erica about those socials. They're killing us.
See, for the record, I definitely will make sure that happens, and I believe you all know I'm a man of my word. So I'll make sure that.
I
Thank you
think
so
that's
much.
been the most pleasant part of all of this, is that what you said you were gonna do, you did, and more.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's move forward to agenda item, 4, monthly financial reports for discussion only. The board to review financial reports submitted by Josephine Alexandra. Sorry, she's accountant.
Yes, Madam President, as you know, we have our financial statements, which you and member Douglas see, monthly. Our wonderful chief accountant, which is a pleasure to work with, Josephine. She puts these together for you, and now it's being presented to the board. If you have any questions, she's here to answer.
Very good, thank you. Okay.
If there are any questions.
I really appreciate how straightforward everything is laid out every month. It's very easy to follow through. I think that any questions that I did have, they were answered immediately, but I haven't had a question quite some time due to your expert work and layout of everything. So thank you for that. As somebody that does review them monthly with you, I think that that's been a pleasure. Did everyone else have an opportunity to review the documents? Everything makes sense. Any questions that we have for this? Straightforward? Yeah, okay. All right, so then, do we need to make a, thanks for just good. Okay, thank you. Your job was easy today. All right, we're gonna go budget, fiscal year 2025 for discussion of possible action. Fiscal year 2025 budget to be presented by Josephine Alvedera, chief accountant.
So again, Madam President, I have a summary sheet that Josephine has put together. I signed it. And she's here to answer any questions for you. And if you want to get a brief overview, if you can, but my statement actually is our overview for the budget. Next fiscal year.
Okay.
Just want to take note that, from the prior year fiscal year budget for the, fees, where we propose an 8% increase. And for also for the expenses, we propose an 8% increase. From the prior year budget, which is, we think that's, conservative and reasonable. Thinking that our overall, trend for 4 years for the fees is 7%. And, the inflation rate as of now is 3.14%, so just make up for that. But if you have any more questions, you can email me and I'll be happy to answer it.
Sounds good, thank you. I think everything else they got.
We just need a motion for the.
Does anyone have any questions for this? meeting? Everything makes sense. Okay. All right, can I get a motion for the approval of the fiscal year 2025 budget?
Board Member Harris, I would like to approve the budget for fiscal year 2025.
Board Member Douglas, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for putting that together for us. Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, now we are down to, item number 6, election of board officers for discussion and possible action. This is the yearly election of board members, I'm sorry, board officers, president, vice president, and secretary. I feel like it's urgent. It went by in a blink. All right. Okay, so how we do this?
Yeah, so if anybody's interested in the roles, we have the discussion and, once the names are kind of in the hat, then we just need a motion for each role. I would like, Board Member Douglas, I would like to nominate, O'Reilly here for president. I think she's doing an awesome job.
Board Member Harris, I also would like to.
Board Member Deltray and Gracie.
Okay, so
You guys, I appreciate that.
if there's not any other discussion, then at least the board president will meeting.
Are you guys good with that, Sarah Wold, Jeffers? you
Yes,
guys-
ma'am.
Yes.
Really? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let's do a motion to vote for me. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you guys. I appreciate the nomination of the, I really appreciate it and I enjoy doing this. It's definitely, I said it earlier, very fully grown up. I truly enjoy it. So I'm glad that it's felt. Let's move on to vice president. Do we have a nomination for vice president?
I, Member Wood, would like to nominate Roxanne Harris. It's Harris, right?
Yeah.
Douglas, I second that motion.
Wait a minute. We gotta get
Oh, yeah, I agree. Sorry.
Board Member Douglas, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Congrats. Great job. You got a lot. Okay, all right, let's move forward to the secretary treasurer. We have, nominations.
Board Member Harris, I nominate Anita Douglas to be treasurer. I second the motion.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Great.
Okay, all right, let's go ahead and make a motion for Anita Douglas to be the secretary treasurer for the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology. Yeah. Thank you, can I get a second?
Board Member Deltray, I second.
Very good, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. This is what you get when you vote for yourself. It's really crazy. Right. Yeah, okay. All right, let's go down to agenda letter H, comments from the general public for discussion only. The board will entertain comments from the general public for any item that is related to the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology. Members of the public can call into the meeting or make public comments by dialing 1-720-707-2699, 819-9368-3140 for the meeting ID. Comments are limited to 3 minutes or less. No discussion or action can be taken during public comments. Is there any public comment? Okay, all right, we're gonna close that out. We're gonna move on to comments from the board members for discussion only. The board will entertain comments from the board members for any item that is or is not on the published agenda and is related to Nevada State Board of Cosmetology. No action can be taken on a matter unless it is included in an agenda. Comments should be limited to 3 minutes or less. Any comments from board members? No? All right, then I am going to call for adjournment. We are time 3:22 PM on April 8th, 2024.
Board Member Harris, I'll call to adjourn this meeting.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Well, then we are all completed for today. Thank you so much for your time, everyone, and enjoy your work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.